estimated that almost 500,000 people end up getting treated for Lyme every year, much more than what the official estimates are.
So I was in Vermont last fall.
Is today.
Well, I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. Patients may be a little short of the real.
Louisiana just passed a law. If you're homeless, you get an automatic 2 years in the penitentiary, and you get to go out and pick cotton, because that's what they do in the penitentiaries down.
So you still think that reincarnation isn't real, right? Watch this cute little old soul. Listen.
In what days?
Back in the olden days, I used to have it.
I cannot tell you how many people have said, oh, you're going to see the actronauts. The actronauts. There are still people who do not believe that this happened. How do you...
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Foundation. A1 Luck here, and you tuned into The Awakening, a channel where each one teach one and the truth shall set you free. Now, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And remember, everything in this video is for entertainment and educational use only. Now, without further ado, let's get woke, people.
Estimated that almost 500,000 people end up getting treated for Lyme every year, much more than what the official estimates are.
So I was in Vermont last fall, and I had a tick on me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Where was it?
On my waist.
On your waist,
First of all, it's tiny, but incredibly difficult to remove, and then remarkably difficult to kill.
How did you spot it?
I felt it. You know, we did a tick check, and I felt it on my waist.
Gotcha.
Not the bite. You feel the bump on your skin.
Bump. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, and that's a typical spot. Your waist, under your arms, your scalp. I remember when I was like 5, I had a tick in my hair that must have been there for a while before my mom found it. And so you really do need to check yourself everywhere, especially some of those hidden spots.
Okay.
When you've been out in the woods, camping, in tall grasses, that's where you're most likely to get exposed. So when you come in, put your clothes in the dryer on high heat for at least 10 minutes. That will kill the ticks. So that's actually one way to reliably kill the ticks. And then check yourself all over, take a shower right away. But you're right, they are very hard to kill.
If you stay out of the woods, do you have to worry about it? And if you have a dog, do you have to worry about getting a tick from your dog?
Well, this is one of the reasons we actually try to prevent tick bites in dogs, because they can bring the ticks home, and you can get the tick then and get infected, whether it's Lyme, and there's other infections like ehrlichiosis, anaplasmosis, babesiosis. It's not just Lyme.
All these osises.
Yeah, and they're not good. Trust me, I've taken care of these patients in the hospital. So there's a lot of reasons you want to be avoiding tick bites.
But if you stay out of the woods, do you have to worry about it?
Well, so woods are definitely a high-risk area, but if you're on trails with tall grasses, you want to stick to the middle of the trail to reduce your exposure.
Gotcha.
And then some of the other things, permethrin spray on your clothing that lasts through multiple washes and kills ticks on contact. And then insect repellents with either DEET or Picardin on your skin will also help reduce your risk.
When should you call a doctor?
Well, if you see a tick on you and you live in an area that's known to have Lyme disease or one of these other infections, the Northeast is particularly bad for this. Upper Midwest is also a very high prevalence area. Then you do want to see your doctor, because you can get an antibiotic in the first day or two after exposure, and that can dramatically reduce your risk of Lyme disease.
This tick, if you get bit by it, you will become allergic to beef.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. It would be heartbreaking if I became allergic to eating beef. But let's listen to this gentleman's experience when getting bit by a tick.
I remember waking up in the middle of the night and feeling just really weird. Got up, felt lightheaded, felt like I was going to fall over, and then eventually, I was covered in hives. I went straight to the emergency room, and they just said, looks like an allergic reaction of some sort, and prescribed me an EpiPen and sent me on my way. I was frustrated, I was scared, I didn't really understand what was going on, and there was nothing obvious that we could
breaking up in hives is like the scariest
stuff. They recommended seeing an allergist.
What you ate or what
Nothing
happened,
came up.
Hopefully
I felt like it was happening all the time. I got to the point where I would go to the emergency room but not check in. I would just let them know, hey, I'm outside, just in case you see somebody fall over and pass out on that bench out there. That went on for months. I eventually saw another allergist, and she was like, well, there is this one thing that it could be, but you would have had to have been bit by a tick. And of course, I was like, I get bit by ticks all the time. I camp a lot. I go out in the woods all the time, and
Benji, the
always
weird
pulling
stuff
ticks off
is
of
that
myself.
they did the math of the cases because they record every case, obviously.
There is a lot of people freaking out about ticks right now. I'm gonna show you how to prevent with a repellent that you can make at home just using stuff at your local grocery store. The first most potent oil that you need to get is some oil of lemon, and this right here is what you're gonna pick up. It's just an essential oil. Then pick up some eucalyptus, then pick up some peppermint, and then pick up some lavender. Then you're gonna pick up an applicator oil like jojoba. You're gonna put all that essential oil into this jojoba oil right here, and you're gonna put it on your skin, everywhere, ankles, wrists, your whole body when you go outside. Now look, I just showed you a whole
I've never seen this many ticks any other year. This is the worst one yet.
You're like, we clear our hairs, all that shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're around through the mask. Oh my god. There's fucking so many.
Alright, y'all. First couple clips is crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now it's ticks and more ticks and more ticks. Like, at this point, it's starting to feel like desperate measures, ain't it? Like, desperate times call for desperate measures. Like, I don't get it. Like, why would they be, without having a purpose, why would they drop all these ticks everywhere? And now everybody's complaining about ticks. Everybody might get infected by something else. Ticks is biting people. Now your pets might carry the ticks home to you. Either which way, it's like more outbreak is at hand. Ticks, Hunter, everything is just going on. Like, I don't get it. You understand? But it seems like they really just trying everything at this point at once. And you know what I mean by they, you know. And remember, everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, y'all. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about when I say they. But let me know how y'all feel about this, because this is just getting downright crazy now. Like, and at this point in time, it's like, what's next after this? If like it don't work, you know, what's next? Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
So you still think that reincarnation isn't real, right? Watch this cute little old soul. Listen.
In what days?
Back in the olden days, I used to have an apple and bread.
Who used to feed you apple and bread?
In olden days, these little lunch ladies.
What olden days are you?
The olden days in the 1954. We didn't have tables. We had cardboard chairs.
Yeah, I did.
And cardboard chair shapes.
Really?
Cardboard chair shaped tables.
Where you get this from?
Cardboard.
Where you get this from?
1954. I was in 1954.
You was in 1954.
Yes.
So you been here before. So you been on this? You been here before?
Yes, I've been in the 1954 in the old food.
Eating old food.
Yes, but back in here, ooh, they got old food in here.
What they got?
You know how tater tots taste in the olden days? They used to taste sweet.
They did?
Yes.
She is recalling her past life in 1954. And she's making that very clear to you if you didn't hear it on the first or the second time. And for the people in the back, 1954. She talks about them sitting on cardboard furniture, tables and chairs. And of course I got the receipts. Look at that. She talks about back in the olden days. What child do you know at that age refers to the past as the olden days? And when she talks about the tater tots tasting sweet, of course I do the research. I always do when I'm doing past life regression, because I want to look at the facts. I want to look at the breadcrumbs and make sure that we're on the right track. 1953, the company Ore-Ida came out with tater tots. And back in those days, the potatoes that were used to make this food had a slightly sweet taste to it because of the natural sugars that were in the potatoes. Reincarnation is real. The soul is eternal. Okay?
Elon Musk, yesterday, they just announced the first ever human to have a Neuralink implant. You hear about this?
Oh, the chip?
Yeah. So there's one successful Neuralink person in the world right now.
My name's Nolan. I'm obviously the first person with the Neuralink implant.
But check this out. There's a crazy theory happening. So this is Elon Musk on Twitter, and he pretty much said the first ever human got Neuralink, right?
Okay.
Now, somebody put Neuralink, the name, into a gematria calculator. It's like a Greek numerology calculator.
Yeah.
Puts it in, and guess what the number is?
What, 7?
No, 666.
Oh, hell no.
So people are saying that Neuralink, just like in the Bible, they say people will be implanted with the mark of the beast, which is 666. And since this is happening now, they say eventually everyone or a lot of people will be tempted to do it. Them getting that will be the mark of the beast.
What does that Neuralink benefit to that person? Did you know?
So it's pretty much like having a phone in your head type shit.
Really?
And the president knows he's in the position to demand those. So I think in that sense, he controls the narrative and when he would strike. I'd also say that patience and the request from Saudi, Qatar, UAE get involved, but again, their interests are at play here, but so are European interests, the rest of the Gulf nations, and so far, every time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows
is today.
Well, I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. Patience may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime.
But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
Alright, y'all, first clip with that little girl, it's like more and more, like I put out a video probably not too long ago about a different little girl that was doing something similar to this. It's like, it's just starting to like see a trend here, like more and more, like it's starting to happen. These kids are starting to really remember who they are, where they came from, and what past life they had before this one. Ain't that crazy? But the more you look, the more it's evolving, the more it's coming out, because now they're on camera, you understand? So we can see it more. And the way she said it in the olden days, you know, back in the olden days, she even talks like she really came from that time, you know? And that time is like, what, 1954 or something? Like, come on. And she really is breaking it down about the chairs and what they had at around them times. It's like, it didn't just come out of nowhere. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. In the second clip, the first patient with the Neuralink, you understand? But then when you look up the Neuralink in geometry, I guess, it basically ends up being 666, the mark of the beast, which they said. I mean, do y'all believe that Neuralink have a chance of, or could be the mark of the beast, if anything? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the next 3 clips is just downright crazy. It's all over lately. I don't know what they trying. This seems like another desperate situation, like desperate. And it's like, at what point should it get tiring to the people that they keep playing our face like this? Because that news reporter, clear as day, had on one of them skin masks, clear as day, or whatever it was. And this is allegedly, you know, but you could see it, and then it's caught in so many different camera angles now. Like, what are they trying to do though? You understand now that we've seen so much of these skin masks, and now all of a sudden, like, we can't trust nothing no more. Nothing is real. Nothing is. You just don't know no more. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, because that news clip is wild.
Louisiana just passed a law. If you're homeless, you get an automatic 2 years in the penitentiary, and you get to go out and pick cotton, because that's what they do in the penitentiaries down there, Alabama and a few other the southern states. So let's just cut through the chase. They just legalized slavery. That's all. Slavery is back under a new motherfucking name. It's called homelessness.
You know, one of the things that we can also say is that scripture doesn't necessarily follow the politic or the policy of some, even in deep red ruby states. I wanted to throw this up about Louisiana, and there is a state house bill that's advanced that would force unhoused people to choose between jail or a treatment program. If they choose treatment, they have to pay for it themselves. And if they can't afford to pay, they'll be forced to do unpaid labor.
That's slavery.
But you done drove up the price for a house so motherfucking high, and the wages staying the same, that they can't afford a house, so of course they gonna end up homeless, and now you got it motherfucking homeless to slavery. What used to be drugs to the penitentiary. Now it's homeless to slavery. Fuck it. If you're homeless in Louisiana, please go knock on a relative's door and see if they'll let you stay there. So otherwise,
because I'm trying to tell y'all, people didn't know the Titanic sunk on purpose. Mm-hmm. They didn't know, and they monetized the shit. Mm-hmm. That's why I say it's so much hidden knowledge, and people caught flack when I said this, but a lot of people liked it when I said that if the regurgitated version of the Bible that they gave us today help black people or any people get out of their current situation, they would have never introduced it to us, which is true. Right. Because the Vatican has so much fucking like books, all type of architect. They have real knowledge that a lot of people ain't even ready for, but they give us this. Right. Anytime your enemy gives you something, it's not for your use, bro.
They gave us shackles.
That's all it is.
Wow.
And see, listen, the Bible, like I say, the Bible is what keep broke people from killing rich people.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That's the glue. You see what I'm saying?
What?
It's a belief system, bro. Everything is built around belief systems.
One of the things that I'm curious about, we have the crash site in Antarctica, very massive mothership there.
Yes.
That we've been studying for how long?
24 years.
And we have some kind of connection between that wreckage and the underground civilization that you described in Ecuador. Yeah. Which you said is actually started maybe as a craft, but then it got built out or something?
An atmosphere even. And the creatures that are down there and the plant life and stuff is completely different, you know, than the surface. And they have taken creatures out of there, brought them to the surface, and they instantly died.
Can you breathe the air without an apparatus?
Yes, it's the cleanest air. I mean, it felt great down there, actually.
So now another thing that has all kinds of light bulbs popping off in my head is that the oldest of the Antarctica wreckage that I've heard about from more than one source is apparently 33 feet tall giants. Yes. Have you heard anything like that?
Yes, I've heard about that.
Okay, what did you hear specifically?
That there was a lot of other sarcophagi and a lot of other extraterrestrials, bodies down there that were over 30 feet tall. One of the amazing things that we found at this other place, they're trying to build a story now behind everything and slowly release it to the public in a very calm way, because it goes against, of course, all the stuff that we've been brought up to believe as far as where we come from in religion. So they're going to just slowly, seep these things out.
Honest to God, we are screwed, man. You think this is all natural? You think nobody's coordinating any of this stuff? You think I want to talk about this? You think I want to be up here on this fucking camera talking about this shit?
Alright, man. First clip is just crazy. I'm not sure if it's true, but is Louisiana really gonna pass a law that says if you're homeless, basically you gotta go to jail? Like, nobody wants homelessness. Nobody calls homelessness upon themselves. You understand? I mean, certain people do what they do, but the majority of people, nobody wants to be homeless. No matter who you are, you don't want to be homeless. But how could you make a law as to if you're homeless, it's either you go to jail or what is it? You'll basically have to do free labor, because whatever you have to pay, it's obvious you're not going to be able to pay for it. So now you got to do free labor. So basically, what it looks like is a new age form of slavery just coming in to different laws and stuff. That's all it is. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because that's crazy, man. And the second clip is basically, talking about the Bible and certain things are revolving around the Bible. And, basically what's given to us, we just take it and don't question it. Whatever's given to us, we don't question nothing. Wherever the Bible, however, everything is just given to us. The life is just given to us. Whatever is, it's like a given, and we don't really question it enough to really get behind these things. You understand? But let me know how y'all feel about that, because I don't want to talk about the Bible too much, because that's a deep topic right there. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the third and fourth clip is basically more David Wilcock, man. I don't know, but I like getting into his interviews and stuff like that, because the man is revealing a lot, and he's very passionate about what he's saying. You can see he's coming to tears with it as to how messed up that this system have us. You understand? You can basically understand as to why they will see him as a threat. You understand? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, y'all.
I cannot tell you how many people have said, oh, you're going to see the actor-nauts. The actor-nauts. There are still people who do not believe that this happened. How do you handle that?
I ignore it.
You ignore it?
Yeah. But not, I think that's maybe, not even the right word. It's not how you feel about it either. We value, we just value people. We just respect
questioning.
People. And so it's not to dismiss them. Right. I don't mind that people ask questions or I want people to critically think about things and not just accept everything that they see. To me, it's speaking to some need that we're not filling. And I'd love to help them fill it. I don't know how to do it. But like we've talked about a lot, we don't carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We can just be us, be authentic us, tell our truth, and how it's interpreted is how it's interpreted. And as long as they're not hurting anybody, there's no issue. That's a beautiful
Can I share one? I think it's important to acknowledge that sometimes those are people who want to be heard. Mm-hmm. And so I process it the same way I process people that say we're spending too much money on that and we have problems here on earth. Sometimes all I need to do is listen. And I've actually had the best response from people when I did not try to say, hey, for every dollar we spend at NASA, it's $3 to $7 of return. Or to, hey, I've seen the moon and Earth from space. It's an ellipsoid. When I just listen, those are the best interactions with folks like that, because they're not always trying to get an answer. They just want to be heard.
Yeah.
This was, I'm going to use this word predicted for lack of a better word. This is not prophecy, but prediction. If this was predicted 27 years ago, somebody knew something. Okay, here's the list. This is an abbreviated list. I could have made it much longer. You know I can. I didn't. Okay, you ready for the list? Fast mutating viral disease pandemics. Genetically developed vaccines. Smart IDs. 1997! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scream, but just make sure none of you are nodding off, because the eyes get heavy and DNA database tracking. DNA chips. Get this one. 1997. Gene-based pharmaceuticals. Transmitting genetic instructions for a disease process. How about this one? You ready for it? Wait for it. Artificial intelligence to determine gene patterns. 27 years ago, who had heard about AI? A apparently they had. How about this one? Robots for doing genome sequencing.
Robots? Wow. Okay.
And then this one blew me away. Using recombinant DNA for making spike proteins. 1997? It gets even worse. Smart homes.
Smart cities.
They have a whole chapter on smart homes / smart cities.
Yeah.
This one will absolutely floor you. It did me. In 1997, and this is, you can do the word search and research yourself. They predicted, not 2025, but by 2020, that people would be working from home virtually.
No.
Oh, come on. Listen, that's, you know. I mean, how do you know that? Because you're the one who did that! World War III, of course. Nuclear devices causing widespread contamination.
Yeah.
Nanotech devices. This stuff was never even heard of. Digital currency. And last but certainly not least, vaccination programs. I'm sorry, I gotta chuckle, because if I don't, I'll cry. Vaccination programs run by organizations like the World Health Organization for a global killer that has yet to emerge. Wow. First printing, February 1997.
Like Tartaria.
You don't know what Tartaria is?
I don't know what Tartaria is.
Okay.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
rabbit
break
hole,
that down.
honestly. Well, I think like before our country was found, 1776, I think Tartaria was a thing prior to that. And they wiped out all of the information like we have on it. And Tartaria was like an era of time where they were using free-flowing energy. They had technology like we had now. Things were flying through the sky just using the ether, atmospheric energy. And the Tartarian people, they were giants. A lot of them were washed away in the flood, they say, which I think was also like it flooded the entire civilization, and I don't think it was natural. They had these buildings to where like geometrically, it was all like based off of geometry, and so everything was harnessed from the atmosphere, and people were 7 and 8 feet tall, and these buildings have doors that are 12 feet tall,
Which they still have today. It's crazy.
right? And they're still there, and the little points at the top of those buildings, those were to harvest energy from the ether, and they used like copper and everything was bliss, and then they wiped them out.
So if you look at modern day DC, look at the buildings. So the buildings to this day, they still don't know how they built them. The carvings of it looks like laser. Like somebody used a laser where they carved it. If you look at Capitol Hill, if you look at all the DC buildings, there's no way they built this hundreds of years ago without any kind of superior technology. There's no way.
They say the same thing about pyramids.
So the 12-foot doors that she's talking about, why do they have those in DC right now?
The 12-foot doors?
Some doors are like 30 feet tall. Massive doors. I'm like, why do you have this? For what?
For who?
Like huge, like oak, crazy thick doors that are massive. Why do you have that? How'd you build it? Look at the World Fair in Chicago. Look at all the World's Fair. How did they build all those buildings? Those were what, paper mache buildings? There's no way. Like if you pull up the World's Fair in Chicago, San Francisco, that's Tartaria. Like if you look at these structures and they just built it just for the World Fair, there's no way.
Y'all, first clip is funny, you know, in its own way. But yeah, how y'all feel about that, man? That interview with the what you call it, the actronauts. You understand? And throughout what she basically said, it's like all the answers is just diverting around the question of them being actronauts. You understand? It's not, nobody really addresses it, you know, straight on. You know, they all went around it. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. The second clip is basically prediction. Well, see, they say prediction, but all it sounds like they was planning from then. for what's happening now, but I don't know. Sometimes, you could predict certain things too if you are, on a certain level of consciousness and you see these things. But from 1997, it's been predicting everything he's saying in that list is coming to play in our era. Like, it's crazy. Like, right now, it's coming to play. Like, let me know how y'all feel about that. And the third clip is basically, just backtracking on more of the Tartarians. Tartaria was wiped out, basically, a civilization that basically, I guess that's why you have all these enormous structures and stuff, because, the lineage of the giants and stuff like that, I guess, So Tartaria been wiped out since, and they still wiping it out, because I don't know why they don't want us to know about it, but we should basically know why, because they never want us to know about anything that's good for us anyway. But let me know how y'all feel about that, because you can see clear as day that it's really being wiped out, man. Day by day, they wiping out Tartaria. It's just like, but the artwork in these structures is still there all around the world. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
English language is occultic. I'm gonna just let them cook, play the video.
Your English language is occultic, okay? It comes from Anglo-Saxon, right? English is what it's called. English. Anglo is angelo. Saxon is sexon. It's sect, okay? It means angel sex. It's from the fallen angels that had sex with the women. This is literally where this stems from. And so it's an occultic language. All the old books of witchcraft they have English words in them. Like, the English is a witchcraft, it's witch tongue is what it's called. Okay, so like when you start digging into stuff, you'll be like, okay, this is really weird. Why is it saying these things in here? These things in here that are all English related. Bro, why is it called spelling in our language?
They're all casting spells, right?
It is a spell casting language, bro. It's called, do you know where the word, grammar comes from?
No.
Etymology of grammar. Google it, somebody. Etymology of grammar. It literally says witchcraft, incantations, mumbo jumbo, spells. So like when you study what the etymology of words, your whole perspective starts to shift. Like grammar is from grimoire. Grimoire is the old books of witchcraft. That's what grimoire is. That's where we get the word grammar. Okay, that's why it's called the Grammys. When people get awards at the Grammys, bro, it's witchcraft. They're rewarding you for witchcraft. Like, that's why it's called that. Okay, program. Pro means for. Gram means witchcraft. Programming you. Programmer. It's pro-grimoire. It's pro-witchcraft. It's for witchcraft. Like everything that you're watching, I mean, like the television, they're telling you lying visions, tell lie visions, okay? And it's the channel. In witchcraft, it's called channeling. It's the media, okay? The media that you watch is called the medium, is the witch. When you go talk to a medium, the medium's the in-between, you and the bigs and the littles. You're the little, the bigs are the gods, the Thor and all of them, okay? And then the medium is the in-between. That's the person that goes between the gods and you. That's mediumship. That's why it's called the media.
Wow.
So, dude, when you see it like that, it's like, dude, the whole thing is occultic. It's all a bunch of witchcraft, but we're so naive to it. I mean, Hollywood is the wood that wizards and witches craft their wands and staves out. They craft it out of Hollywood. It's not like they're telling you what it is. Okay, they're telling you straight up. It's like, but we naively see these things and then brush it off and don't think that, oh, that's whatever. We don't think that's weird.
The AI revolution will be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution and 10 times faster. In other words, AI and robotics will have 100 times impact in terms of what the Industrial Revolution did. And it's not just what AI companies are saying, it's what they are doing. Let's hear what the tech oligarchs are themselves saying. Elon Musk, who has made massive investments in AI and robotics, has stated, and I quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. That's about it. Replace all jobs. Bill Gates, another who's also made massive investments, has said humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end quote. And Mustafa Suleyman of Microsoft AI predicts that most white-collar work could be automated within the next decade. What we are talking about, therefore, is the possibility that AI and automation could displace tens of millions of workers in the United States from their current employment. Despite the extraordinary importance of this issue and its impact on every man, woman, and child in this country, AI has received far too little serious discussion here in our nation's capital. I fear that Congress is totally unprepared for the magnitude of the changes that are already
taking place.
90% of people are good people. 0% of the people in the government are fucking good people. It's us, the people, who want to live a peaceful life, who want to make some money, who want to be left alone, who don't want to be oppressed, against a bunch of people who are lying to us about trying to solve problems that they create. And to me, that's about as bad of a crime as you could commit, because, dude, it destroys the cultural fabric of a nation, which is what it's designed to do. It's a communist tactic. 500 people on the planet that are causing the problems for the whole planet. Okay, what if the whole planet said, hey, yeah, we're done with that shit, and we strung those motherfuckers up? What really needs to happen is the humanity needs to wake the fuck up, and they need to take control, and they need to make examples out of the people that are doing shit like this. We have a very few amount of people who are at the very, very, very top, who own all of the money in the world, who are literally enslaving the rest of the entire fucking world. This is no different than what you read about from hundreds of years ago, when there was serfdom and there was peasants, and the peasants said, oh, sir, can I please have some porridge? And they would get the porridge and be like, this is the best porridge I've ever had. Like, you are fucking slaves, bro. And not only are you slaves to a corrupt government system that we live in, you're slaves to the rest of the fucking governments too, because we're the only country in the world that sends our money everywhere else.
Alright, y'all, first clip, basically the English dialect being a occultic or, you know, like a witchcraft language, basically. You know, certain things we speak, it's like we speaking down on ourselves, or, you know, we're not really speaking highly or the way we need to be speaking, because, you know, this whole English, what Anglo-Saxon language came from, I guess. What he was trying to say is from the Fallens, you know, the ones that was breeding with the females, and, you know, I guess, I don't know, but let me know if y'all know basically exactly where the English language came from, because what they're trying to say is basically a witchcraft language. It's basically, you know, like we speaking in tongues. Speaking English language is basically no good for us. So we have to find, you know, get back to the way we speak highly, not of this language. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the second clip is the AI revolution, something that he's basically saying nobody's ready for AI revolution, basically, because it's going to be 100 times worse than anything else we ever had. Like, at the speed and at the rate of everybody losing jobs, and nobody's not going to have jobs because all these robots and these AIs are going to basically take over everything. And like they say, it'll be basically nothing left for us to do, or they wouldn't need us for anything, basically, no more. So then what? You know, basically, if they don't need us no more, what happens to us after that? But let me know how y'all feel about that, because that one is crazy. And fourth clip, you know, the last clip is saying about we basically slaves to just a corrupt system, man. That's it. And, you know, we got to break free. That's all it is. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
The zombie apocalypse begins.
You can't tell me this girl is lying. Have a listen.
When you killed a baby, first time I
You killed the babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand. He helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hand?
He held my hand, yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head. Like that.
This is huge breaking news coming in. The U.S. military is preparing to invade Cuba. The United States is ramping up military presence near Cuba, with the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz and its full strike group now positioned in the Caribbean. This isn't routine. Carrier strike groups bring fighter jets, missile systems, and rapid response forces, meaning this move signals serious military readiness, not just posturing. Watch this.
John Ratcliffe was just in Havana last week, meeting with Cuban officials, including Raul's grandson. Ratcliffe gave the Cubans a do-or-die ultimatum. And Rubio's already celebrating Cuban Independence Day. He sent him a message offering the Cuban people an olive branch.
In the U.S., we are ready to open a new chapter in the relationship between our people and our countries. And currently, the only thing standing in the way of a better future are those who control your country.
What's coming next for Cuba?
Well, we're going to see. It's a failing nation. You see that. It's falling apart. They have no oil. They have no money. It's a failing nation, so I just can't tell you that. But we're there to help.
For Cuba, already facing economic strain and energy shortages, the arrival of a U.S. carrier group adds another layer of uncertainty. For Washington, it sends a clear message. Military options are on the table. Make sure to follow for latest updates.
Alright, y'all, last few clips crazy like all the others, but we reached the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And before we leave, I'd love to leave y'all with a few words. Who can't hear must feel. Those that feels it, knows it. And once you know better, you do better. And the truth will always set you free. I'm out.